Hello, and welcome to the Church of Fuck You. I'm St. Patrick. Well, it's Sunday, so you should know what's coming. The fuck you today goes out to these false prophets. For those unfamiliar what a prophet is someone who has been given the ability or authority to speak for God. A lot of people claim to have this ability or authority, and in actuality, they don't. I'm going to talk about two types today. The first fuck you goes out to the prophets and or preachers, whatever you want to call them, that prophesize in a broad, really can't miss kind of way. I call it playing the odds. They'll talk to a crowd of people and say, 1,000 plus people, and they'll say something along the lines of, well, God told me someone in here has a problem with their marriage. Okay. Living in America, in a country that has about a 50% divorce rate, out of 1,000 people, yeah, someone in there has a problem with their marriage. That's not prophecy. That's just common fucking sense. Or they'll say something like, well, God told me that someone in here has a problem with their finances. Someone has financial problems. Really? Okay. Being that we're in a fucking recession right now, everyone has financial problems. 95% of this world right now has financial problems. So if you're talking to a crowd of 1,000 people, it's not prophecy to say that someone has financial problems. Again, it's common fucking sense. They're playing the odds, and the odds are always in their favor on shit like that. They'll say something like, well, God told me that someone in here is sick. Really? Okay. Out of 1,000 people, it's 1,000 plus in some churches, I don't give a fuck what day of the year it is. Someone in there is sick. You have summer colds. You have obviously winter colds. You have flu season. You have all this shit. Someone is always sick. It's not a prophecy to state the fucking obvious. It just isn't. Then you have the other people, the other prophets per se. And these Bamas, what they'll do is they'll prophesize on a grand stage. And I'm sure you can remember this. Remember in 2000 or before 2000, when the year 2000 was coming, and everyone was scared to death about the 2000 bug. We was going to lose electricity. We was going to lose water. The banks were going to lose all their money. And these prophets, use that term loosely, these people made a killing off selling books, selling CDs, selling anything that they can sell to these people on how to survive the 2K bug. And all these people went out and bought all this merchandise from them. And they was telling them, God told me the world's coming to an end. God told me 2000, that is it. Jesus is coming back. And all these people went out and bought all this shit. They bought water. They bought oatmeal. They bought anything they could get their hands on. They stacked their house up with Kool-Aid. Just so when that 2K bug hit and reading all these books, they knew the world was coming to an end. They was going to be prepared. Well, December 31st, 1999, everybody's sitting on pins and needles. Well, half the world's sitting on pins and needles. The other half is out partying. What happened? Nothing. There was no rapture. There was no end of days. There was nothing. The electricity still worked. Your $12 was still in your bank account. Nothing happened. And these preachers and prophets, or whatever you want to call them, what the hell happened to them? Nothing. Maybe that's my biggest problem with this whole thing. First of all, fuck the fake prophets. Okay? Say that from the bottom of my heart. But I think a real issue that I have with this whole thing is that the church people, the members or their followers or whatever, never call them out on this shit. How can you follow somebody who always gets shit wrong? Either they're playing the odds, which is not really making any prophecy at all, or they're making these grand prophecies that never come true. I just wish one day somebody stand up to these people and say, excuse me, sir, if you're getting your messages from God, why is your messages always wrong? Why didn't they come true? It just doesn't make sense. And again, I'm sure people who know the Bible know this, the blind leading the blind. It's fucking mind-boggling to me. How can you follow someone who gets shit wrong and claims to be from God? Either they're wrong or God is wrong, or whatever God they're listening to is wrong. And if they're listening to the wrong God, you don't need to be listening to them. All right, that's it. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to the church, and I will see you tomorrow. This is Saint Patrick. Have a good day.